All right, all right. Yeah, we are here. Welcome to Color Commentary Mosaic Conference. We're out here. If you heard me out on stage, I told you we were going to be doing some interviews with some of the speakers that you're going to have. My name is Markus Lloyd, one of the hosts of Color Commentary and also executive director of Threaded. And I'm here with Jacqueline Arellano. Yes, fantastic. I've been working on it. It took me at least 5 minutes to get that down. You're going to be speaking. When are you going to be speaking?
This afternoon.
This afternoon. Okay, fantastic. Well, I know we've got some folks that are going to be watching this video later. Jacqueline's going to be speaking. Again, we're at the Mosaics Conference 2025. The theme is lift, kind of lift up, right? But we're talking about this concept of what the next 25 years of ministry in this multicultural, multi-ethnic relationship of church and community looks like. And so, Jacqueline, as you start to think about this next 25 years of what we need to do in the second quarter of what we've already been doing in multi-ethnic church, I'd want to get your thoughts on it. But first, tell us a little bit about where you do your ministry and what that's like and what it is.
So we do a lot of work with equipping the Spanish-speaking church in the United States through Exponential Espanol.
Okay.
My husband and I founded this in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, and we saw the resources that were needed in the Spanish-speaking church and all the resources that the English-speaking church already had, and so we really took a burden on to let's be a bridge of resources for from our English context to our Spanish context.
So if I'm a church, English-speaking church, and I've got a Spanish community, your ministry is helping connect those two together?
Yes, and so we help them multiply. We are equipping church planters and people who want to become multipliers in the kingdom. Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so as you're looking then at this next 25 years of work that needs to be done, based on the work that you've been doing for some time, what do leaders, what are you seeing that leaders need to be aware of? Do they need to impart into their ministry and put into context? What do you think they need to? What tools do they need to go forward with this?
I really believe that the Spanish-speaking church is the missional church of the future.
Okay.
We are the second language spoken all over the world. And we've seen actually in Europe how people from Latin America are going there as missionaries now.
Excellent.
To help expand the kingdom of God. And so I really believe the English-speaking church needs to believe that and equip and invest in the Spanish-speaking church. And so that's what we're trying to do is how do we bridge that need from English resources, Bible studies, books, all those things that we get in English, which are great tools into the Spanish language church. So a lot of our work is through church planting, because we do believe that the new churches are the ones that reach people fastest than old established churches.
Okay.
And so we've seen that that new churches reach more people that are unchurched.
Do you know why that is? Like,
I don't know. New thing. It's a new thing.
Okay.
People are more excited into a new church starting, and so they invite more.
Okay. Sure.
Because they're trying to get people into the door.
Right.
Or people want to try something new instead of something that's already been old and established.
Yeah, I wonder if there's. You're talking about the energy of that church, like. I've been a part of a couple of church plants, right? And so you've got a lot more energy in trying to get out there.
It's exciting time.
Yeah, exactly. And the church isn't as set in anything yet. You know what I mean? So you're not even sure what you're inviting people to. You just know that there's some kind of invitation that's exciting and energetic, and you're really deeply connected to the vision and the mission that's going on.
Yes.
I really love what you were talking about when you were saying, just a reminder, you said the second language across the world is Spanish. And so I love what you're saying. The English churches need to believe that, right?
Yes.
They need to believe that. What do you mean?
They need to believe in the Spanish-speaking church.
Gotcha.
I actually have a workshop called Immigrants. We get the job done.
Got a little Hamilton reference. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
And it's because I think we've seen the immigrant or the people of color more of a secondary choice for something smaller, not executive level leadership. And I think we're missing out because we are the most entrepreneurial people right now, and being able to see the grit and the resilience of immigrants when they come into different countries, because it's not just the United States we migrate to. It is one of the countries that we migrate to, but we are we're more resilient. We work hard. And
Sure.
there's a lot of TikTok videos about like how Mexicans are the hardest working people and how they get the roof done fast. But it's not just that.
Yeah.
We do have doctors and lawyers and judges, and
Right.
and so we need to start looking at the immigrant or the people of color as leadership, executive leadership levels.
Right. Yeah, it's
So
so
I think
interesting.
they need to invest in that.
Yes, and I think it's really interesting that you just made some of those distinctions about the hardworking entrepreneurial aspect of the immigrant community, but I think there are these sort of stereotypes connected to that sort of idea of hard work that seems like it's just lower paying jobs, labor jobs, and we forget. And the country is a country of immigrants, right?
Yes,
So
it is.
any of the jobs that we're seeing that's going on right now that have been here in America and seen the creation of the things that we get to engage and celebrate even now in America have come out of the hard work of the immigration of America, right?
Correct.
And that includes doctors, lawyers. Thinking of like industry and the things that we see, and so that's a really hard thing to do. To help make that change for people, but such a necessary piece. And what I really love too is that people don't talk enough about is, you and I are joking about me, pronouncing your name correctly, but you're listening to this conversation and you're translating what I'm saying from your native language right into English, and then spitting it right out, right?
Yeah.
Which I cannot do. I mean, I love that. We've got someone on our staff who's bilingual as well, and I'm just always like amazed, like, that is in and of itself something to be just to raised up and go, I need leaders with that kind of mind
Yes.
in my space.
That computation.
That computation. It is a skill set
Yeah.
that is needed
Thank
for the
you.
diversification of our country that some of the people who've been here a long time don't have the ability to do, not only in language, but also in assimilating and engaging with different cultures and being able to function in ways that allow yourself to be successful in the space.
Yes.
You're coming in and you are scanning the area to understand how it all works and then making the necessary adjustments. There's so many wonderful things I think that the immigrant population brings to the space. How are you feeling about what you're seeing in the country about how we're talking about immigration and immigrants right now?
Deeply saddened.
Yeah.
Deeply saddened because they're painting us to be something that we're not. I mean, there's good and bad people in every race and every
Yes,
culture.
right.
But the way that we've been targeted, it's very saddening. It's a deeply saddening and disheartening, heartbreaking moment. As an American and as an immigrant child, like I was raised to be very proud of where I was raised.
Yes.
And I was raised in Chicago, and I was very proud to be an American living in the United States as a Guatemalan as well,
Yeah.
And so I grew up with both cultures, and now to see being vilified, it's very sad because they're talking about my mom, they're talking about my sisters, they're talking about my brother. My grandkids go to school with air tags because they're scared to be so brown.
Wow.
And so that's very scary. It's very scary and it's very sad. My family's in Chicago, so that's a very tough city to be in right now.
Sure.
And so it's been a hard season. It's
Yeah.
very heartbreaking.
How does it feel when you see it, not just from a societal standpoint, but the church mimicking and saying very similar things that they're hearing in society? How does that hit you as a Christian in that way?
That's even more heartbreaking.
Yeah?
That's even more heartbreaking that when you've been a part of a community for so long and then you see that, was this really real then?
Yeah.
Was our friendship really real?
Wow.
Was our love mutual? Are you really loving your neighbor as you said you were?
Yeah.
So that's even more heartbreaking.
Right, right.
It's something that I can't even explain
Sure.
the pain that gives.
Well, you just mentioned you're talking about the way people are talking about it. They're talking about my mom, my grandma, my grandkids, those kind of things. They're talking about humans with stories,
Yes.
with dreams,
Yes.
with rights, with
Yes.
families. The people of God who understand that God made humans in His image. The people of God who can read a story of the Bible and
Yep.
see all throughout that God has this fascination, this obsession with the diversity with culture, with
Yes.
separate culture, with immigration.
Yes.
There's just an obsessiveness about it.
Yeah.
And yet we miss that as the church to connect ourselves to this false dying dynamic of these political allegiances,
Yeah.
right? But we call it Christian.
Yes.
And I think it's disheartening. We should feel sad about that.
It's incredibly
It should be
sad,
something we
yes.
mourn and lament.
Yes.
Even as we may be targeted by it, the compassion we have is, I hear, because of everything we just said earlier about all the wonderful things that immigrants and people from other countries bring, the compassion that I have on that is, you are missing out on something beautiful.
Yes.
You are missing out on something
sure
that
are.
God is intentionally desiring to give you as a gift as an American, which you do not deserve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of the way that we've treated everyone who's coming here,
Yeah.
we do not deserve the grace and the mercy and the gifts that God is giving us with these immigrant populations. We don't deserve it. And because we don't deserve it, we treat it incorrectly, and we're missing out on
Yeah.
some wonderful things.
Thank you for
So
saying that.
I really love that you're bringing that, and I hope that the leaders that are listening to this really understand like the value of even trying to seek out immigrants to put on their teams, so these stories become a part of their DNA.
Yes.
And it becomes a part of the proximity that they have now. These people become their people, and then they go and do things with, for, and with these
And
folks
with, yes.
as they maneuver,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And be led by the stories of the communities that are coming in.
Yes,
So-
and what an opportunity that the church has to be able to minister and witness to we have over 21 countries represented in Latin America, in the United States.
Yes.
The nations are literally here.
Yeah, they're coming.
And
yeah.
what an opportunity for the church to be the church for them.
That's right. Well, I hope we don't miss that opportunity. I know God is using you to try to help move us in that.
Thank
so
you.
I'm so glad that you were here.
Thank you
Jacqueline
so much.
Arellano.
Thank
So
you
glad.
very
Thank
much.
you for being with us here.
Thank you very much.